Our heavy came through the teleporter to join us. Look at that. I thought he was going to get stuck somewhere and it was going to be awkward. But no, he's right here. It still is awkward. It's just differently awkward. Hashtag differently awkward. That's like a life goal right there, isn't it? Just to be differently awkward. So we are in Recluse's Victory. And we're going to go take over some of the little fortifications out here. Pillboxes or whatever they call them. Now there's one right up here, so we'll start here. And usually when you do this, did this back on live, at least when I did this on live, I always started with the ones kind of nearer, places you could retreat safely to. Because part of the zone has heroes in, or like longbow, part of the zone has arachnos, and there's like some, you know, like pudding in the middle. And so you start on the side that's closer to what you can retreat to. You just get out here, and you start punching these dudes. And you just hope that your heavy shows up at some point. First turret's the hardest, because there's other turrets shooting at you. I guess if I had ranged attacks or something, I could stand off and shoot it from pretty far away, but I'm on a tank. So getting in here and just punching him seems like the right thing to do. Is my dude stuck? Like, what's going on here, bro? There you are. His AI got stuck or something, I guess. So these dudes are awesome because they're EBs. Like, one of these guys can solo one of these bases on his own. So anybody can come out here and start doing this stuff. Hi, XLG. Welcome to Memorial Monday. I should have titled my stream Memorial Monday now that I'm thinking about it. Oh well, too late for that. We're in the future right now. You can tell it's the future because it looks exactly like the past. Actually, yeah, it looks like the old past. This doesn't even look like the new past. We'll just let our little robot handle that other turret. Like, here, can I get a hit in on that? Like, we just go pew and hit it. So I get a little credit, a little something, something. There we go. So PvP in Recluse's Victory is kind of different from anywhere else just because of the presence of the heavies in these turrets. We used to do all kinds of crazy shenanigans in this zone. These guys give good XP. You pop one of them. I just got 72,850 XP. That seems like a pretty good number. And after you blow those up, you can come in here and you can now take control of the gun turrets. Boom. You can see we got one of these now. If I come back in to the zone where there's the scoreboard, you should be able to see it. In fact, we ought to be able to go all the way back to Recluse's Victory and see the scoreboard on the wall there. So we'll do that. They'll give me a chance to pick up a new heavy for badge credit and no other reason. Like that's purely it. Maybe they made it so we couldn't dismiss them because of the badge. That would be very silly. Hold on, there's the one. Is there a scoreboard up in here somewhere? Yeah, here it is. So you can see we've taken over this region because we got that little base right there. And we come back through here to Granville. I do believe the board on the other side of the wall right here is connected to the zone as well. At least it was at some point, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, there you go. I think there's a similar board in the Arachnos Administrative Building that's in Port Oaks too. But we are not going all the way to Port Oaks just to take a look at that. For Lord Recluse. So yeah, the idea behind the zone is by controlling like key points in this location here in the future, it will make it easier for Lord Recluse to defeat statesmen or something like that. You can see this like changed here. And once we take like some of the other places, you'll see more zone changes happen. It's actually pretty cool. We're going to get the pillbox that's right here on these steps. Probably should have got the other heavy that was over there, but oh well. A little late now. So yeah, there's badges for clicking on the heavies. Oh, I don't see it. Take over 10 pillboxes. Actually, there's a series of them. I think the third one is, yeah, control 10 heavies. The third one is for way more than that. It is for control 100 heavies, which is kind of ridiculous. Nobody does that much PvP in. And if I was going to try to get that badge, I would just enter zone, click, leave zone, enter zone, click, leave zone, like that. And it would just kind of make a mockery of the whole affair. So yeah, XLG. You know, it's a Monday. I was at the movie theater till like 1:30 last night. It was great. Life was good. Life is good. That's why today we're beating up gun turrets. Great movie. Post that short video at 10. Yeah. You're all like, oh, when are you gonna go see Dead Reckoning or Final Reckoning? Final Reckoning, that's it. I was like, well, I could tell you tonight at like 10 o'clock, or I could just go do it. In case you don't believe me, I did pick up one of the movie posters that they were giving away. They just had these sitting out in the lobby, and I grabbed one. They had just unpacked them or something, man, because you can still smell the ink on them. Okay, that's 2 turrets down. So see, this changes, right? We phase that. And then you notice the City Hall building is now an Arachno City Hall. It's very cool, the changes. So, you know, kind of going back to a comment I made earlier, maybe it was the little exploration badge video. But I was told I was supposed to be very impressed about like the phasing of the terrain in the Dr. Aeon Strike Force in that mission where you're busting up the thingamajigs, the resonators or whatever, in that first part of the last mission, and like none of that really ever did anything for me because I remembered this stuff. I mean, it is very cool, but it doesn't feel like it's all brand new because we've had like dynamically change the way things look for a long time, which admittedly is different from dynamically change what terrain exists. That's a fair point. I forget what we get if we get to 1,000 points, but that really requires having other people in the zone for you to fight with. Oh, at 1,000 points, if you win the zone after you get to 1,000 points, you get a good guys get a longbow cataphract and bad guys get a toxic tarantula. I think that's the reward for doing that. But you got to go kind of out of your way to get that. That's a much harder thing because it requires somebody else to help you. Although, frankly, I guess I could just help myself. Get closer, come on. I'm gonna drop a heal on you, buddy. I can't believe I picked up yet another heal badge, man. I'm not even a healer. Where was that at? It's in here somewhere. There it is, Doc. I've healed 1,000,000 points of damage on a tank just from clicking ground zero. As the kids say, that's a little cray-cray. Okay, when you get to 3 bases claimed, I think that's when the archvillains and heroes spawn in. No? It's a message if they do. We have not gotten the message. Order through strength. Good stuff. Alright, we'll take the pillbox right up here now. Must be at 4 then. Because here pretty soon, we'll take one of these, and then suddenly we will have like Synapse or somebody, like Synapse and Sister Psyche, show up at a base. I've never tried to solo. the heroes and villains in this zone. There are badges for them too. I've never tried to do that. We might try to do that today, right now. Okay, that turret's down. Let's grab this one. Drop a heal on our little buddy. PvP combat rules are so different from regular combat rules. I'm not sure like how easy or hard it would be to fight an AV, because like I could solo most arch villains under normal combat rules. Like we would just drop a Shivan or whatever, and I'd start punching them because I'm a tank, and that's what tanks do. Okay, so this one's going to spawn them, right? It's going to tell us where? Phoenix reinforcements where? Not here, obviously. We'll take a quick look around, see what we see, since it didn't say. Oh, here's port heading to Charlie. It says in the chat. Charlie is actually the one we were at. They're here. Ha! I said Synapse, and guess who's here? It's frickin' Synapse. And Positron, okay. Whew, PvP rules, man. It's rough. Hey, leave the gun turrets alone. I better go ahead and pop Meltdown. Wow, this is pretty rough. Okay, we're just gonna have to taunt Posy till he gets over here. Or we bring Synapse to Posy. Because him hurting the turret over there slows our damage down. That's known as a bad thing. Alright. We got a lot of taunts stacked up on Posy. If I just bring Posy over here? Yeah, Posse's debuffs are killer. Let's eat all of our candy. Okay, without the heavy, we're not going to be able to beat him. So I think we're just going to go grab a heavy, finish the zone event. I don't think I can take these guys out right now. Let's see, the other place where heavy spawn is like right here. But we made a pretty good show of it. Posse's probably the worst one they could have thrown at us right there. I think that was Meltdown dropped. Why we suddenly started sucking. Hold on, if I could just pull Posse, or I'm sorry, not Posse, Synapse away. He's got all that speed, right? Won't he come? Can we get him alone? It's a lot more doable. Hold on, let's see if we can get one of these guys at least. Hi, Mass Rain. Thank you for the follow. Come on, buddy. You wanna come over here and get shot at by a bunch of missile turrets and stuff? Oh, Posse came too? Okay, that's lame. We're not gonna do that then. That's stupid. That is so dumb. Oh, and Posse just stayed over there. Alright, well, we have other places to take over. They're gonna chase me forever because of my taunts, aren't they? Well, thank you for that Prime sub. I appreciate that. Okay, maybe Synapse has given up trying to run over here to me. If my heavy would just show up, we'd be in a much happier place. Man, PvP combat rules suck. I'm pretty sure if we were under normal combat rules, I could have beat them up. But no, we have to live in the world of diminishing returns and all that. Ugh. I guess I could get like a bunch of PvP IOs and build for that specifically, but is also how I feel about that. So we'll just finish taking over the zone here, because we can. Hey, homie. Shoot this turret, so we can kill it quicker. Look at this nerd. Bringing the future to life. Boy, that billboard aged badly. Boom. We're always happy to support Zero Stream. Hey, well, thank you. You know, I'm just, I'm doing a very silly thing on this character where I'm basically doing everything that you can do as a villain. I played through all the story arcs up to the level range I'm in, which is level 50. and doing like the random zone events and stuff, because I don't really think people do a lot of this material anymore. There's a lot of story arcs I'm pretty sure nobody but me has played in like a year. Or years. Honestly, some of them were not so great. Like, oh boy, another kill-all. That sounds like a lot of fun to me. Not. Like, who comes to Recluse's victory anymore? It was so wild back on live. You know, they did the PvP change in like I9 or I10, whenever that was, and immediately nobody wanted to go PvP anymore. I have no idea what problem they were trying to solve by changing PvP rules. But they just made it so nobody would come into PvP zones unless we were there for a very specific purpose. Let's see, which is the one over here? That's Foxtrot. Okay, we're going to Foxtrot. For Lord Recluse! I remember all the stupid fights I had with people in Recluse's victory. There was one where I had just taken over this base, and like 3 villains came rolling in. It was like me and the gun turrets, and I didn't even have a heavy because all the heavies were already claimed. And so I held them off until the dudes rolled in from that turret over there and drove these guys off. It was great, like fully organic. None of us planned anything. We were just having a good time. My little gun turret robot there, just like pew 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 with lightning. It's a great time. Nice, we got the Staunch badge. How many vet levels is that for? 18. I'm 18 vet levels in, and I have barely even begun incarnating. Wow. Usually I'd be done with it by this point. But usually at this point, I'm just like doing Heather Townsend's arc over and over again. So we're definitely playing different than I normally do, which is good. You should mix it up once in a while. What's he shooting at over there? Oh, that turret. I totally forgot that turret was even there. So in live, you exclusively played villain, but hardly nobody plays villain. Which is something I find a little confusing, but you know, it's also just kind of like, whatever. Here, buddy, you need to heal? Here you go. Turns out that Spine's radiation tank is actually a lot of fun. Or radiation spines. I always get the order wrong on that. So I'm used to thinking of brutes, you know? Alright, we win! So in 5 minutes, get a zone reversion. Can I take the other base while I'm thinking about it? Sucks to be that nerd. One of my favorite PvP encounters was actually under the statue of Atlas right here. Well, it's Recluse now, but nominally where the statue of Atlas is supposed to be. There was a stone armor brute. I forget his primary. I think it was also stone. That was on my scrapper, and we just had this great throwdown here. I couldn't kill him because I couldn't breach his defenses, but he couldn't kill me. And so we went at it there and all around this quad, while other people were like grabbing the base over here. We just had a great time trying to beat the ever-loving tar out of each other, and we were not successful. We were not successful at beating the tar out of each other at all. See, it was fun, and that's what really mattered. I guess people got mad because you could have inconclusive fights like that instead of like trapping everybody with diminishing returns and travel power suppression and stuff. But the thing that made City Heroes PvP different from pretty much every other game was the fact that you could be running around. You know, you go running by at like 90 miles per hour with super speed, launch a couple attacks, and vanish into the distance. Like, you got to just do weird stuff. It gave the game a little something different. Oh, the turrets count for points up here at this area, at this stage. I didn't know that. That's how long it's been since I've done this, I guess. I'm kind of miffed because we totally could have taken out Synapse if Positron hadn't also showed up. Bit of a bummer. Hey, buddy. Alright, well, we hit 1,000. Zover can have the interaction with now. Okay, well, whatever. We hit 1,000, so we'll just hang out for like a minute. Are these nerds still over here? Like, where did Posy and Synapse end up at? I'm curious. Well, they didn't stay there. Ah, they went back to the base they'd been punching. Where's Posy? Where is Synapse? Oh, Synapse is way up here, huh? Hey, bud. Posy coming? No, Posy is not coming. Interesting, so we could have eventually separated them if I'd kept trying. Well, he's probably going to go away in like 6 more seconds, so I'm not going to bother trying to fight him. Oh, he persisted through the zone reset? Nope, there he goes. Alright. Badgern, Destroyer of Worlds. Feature 1, making Recluse's victory that much more likely. Thank you, thank you. You know, we do what we can here. So we could go through and do all that again, but what is the point? Let's just get out of here and get back to other stuff.